Okay, guys, we got a lot of cards for you now. So, regarding what this reading is about, what this general thing in your life is currently, what these cards want to talk to you about, you have the Ace of Cups reversed, and that's clarified by the Strength card. And then, in your current energies regarding this, you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Pentacles, and it's clarified by the King of Swords reverse. In your near future, you have the Empress, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Tower. Those two are clarifying the Empress. And then your challenge regarding this is the King of Cups reversed and the Page of Wands reverse. And what's recommended for you is the Two of Pentacles reverse and the Ace of Cups, and then the Queen of Wands. Okay, so let me think. Let me feel. I feel like I don't want to say there's a lot going on. I don't actually think there's a lot going on, but I just think it's a very strong message for you guys right now. So I think whatever this has to do with, I think your heart might be a little closed off or has been a little closed off. And I think there may be things that have been coming in for you, but I don't want to say your heart is closed off or you're not really open to new emotional opportunities, because the cups represent your emotions and how well you give your heart to others, how well you receive love from others or compassion or caring or whatever. It just represents kind of like this heart energy right now. But I feel like, I think you guys, or a lot of you, I'm an Aries too, but with the Strength reverse, I feel like whatever you were doing or whatever's going on with your kind of heart being, I don't want to say closed off or not being really receptive to new emotional connections, I think it's been because you feel like you don't have the strength to kind of deal with it again. I feel like some of you might have gone through some, really deep-rooted emotional pain regarding whatever this is in the past. I mean, it happens, But I think with the Strength, I think you've been kind of working on yourself, because I really get throughout this reading, I feel like there was, there's been a lot of self-work going on, and self-evaluation in a sense, but I think you're still working on yourself. But I think within that, you're kind of more internally, and you're almost like you might not have the feeling that you're ready to open yourself up to others with the basis of what's going on. So to me, that's like the foundation of what this reading is building upon, this kind of closed off energy, heart kind of closed off, kind of shut down, and just feeling like you really don't have the strength at all to deal with that crap again. You're just kind of keeping to yourself, keeping things close to home, maybe focusing on stuff that's not really heart-based or emotionally based, because you don't feel like you have the ability to deal with it again, or you might not want to deal with it again. That's the basis of what I'm getting. And you're trying to still work on yourself or regain or replenish your own strengths, because I feel like this kind of is because of past stuff going on. Is that why you have this kind of closed off emotional heart, closed off energy going on? But in your current energies right now, you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Pentacles, and then the King of Swords. Did I say the Knight of Swords before? It's the King of Swords reversed, clarifying this. So I think right now there is some new opportunity, because the wheel is kind of about destiny. It's about kind of what you want in your life. But it's also about kind of controlling your own destiny. So I feel like for some of you, if you weren't really in this open heart space, you might be more focused on work or other aspects that you can control. And I think that's actually causing almost like good luck for you, because when you put the effort in and you put the work in and you're kind of persistent with that, I think you gain a certain level of you get the ball rolling, in your favor. So I think there's like good luck coming in, and I think it's really has to revolve around work or partnering with other people to complete whatever tasks it is. It's something to do because the Three of Pentacles is an excellent card of teamwork, of harmonious vibrations amongst the people you're around, but typically this is more about kind of a working type of relationship. It doesn't need to mean a job. It could be in like even your family. Like maybe you guys have to kind of work together to complete a task or go on vacation or figure certain things out. So it's kind of like right now things are really, really in a positive realm. And I think that you're actually creating your own luck because you've been focusing so much on certain aspects in the practical aspects in your life. Now with the King of Swords reverse clarifying this, I also think that I think some of you have been I don't want to say like looking within, because in the upright he's kind of a mentor to others. But for me, what I'm kind of getting through this reading is I wonder if some of you have really been, I don't want to say trying to figure your own self out, but trying to be maybe like a mentor to yourself, or trying to just, I don't want to say like not be an expert on something, but being like more receptive, because when he's in the upright, he's very intelligent. He knows what he's doing, but I feel like because of this, what's going on here with the Three of Pentacles, I feel like I still think you're very intelligent. I still think even in the reverse, he's very intelligent. But I think with this energy here, I feel like, I don't want to say you're taking a back seat, because it's not a bad thing. I just think that you are more willing to cooperate or work with others without having to be in control, in a sense. Like you're kind of just more receptive, but I think you're almost like working on yourself as well. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like you're more receptive. You're still this king energy in a way, or mentally, but you're more receptive to other people's input. And I think that's actually causing this harmonious balance here, because you're kind of, how do I want to say this? I don't want to say that it's passive, but I think it's just more kind of cooperation, I think that's what I'm getting here. So, and I think this is actually really positive. I think this is really, really good. Now, what's coming in for you is amazing stuff. Now, you have the Empress coming in for you. And she's all about abundance, kind of really being happy, being satisfied, feeling joy, feeling secure. I always see her as a card of feeling very secure as well, kind of having that security, that abundance feeling, good things coming to you. And I think it's really coming because of the efforts that you're putting in, and the self-reflection, because I feel like with the King of Swords, I feel like he's thinking about his actions or things about himself, because I feel like he's trying to figure things out, in reverse as well. So I think that you're getting into more of like, even like a mentally more sound place, or a more of a stronger place, I should say, because clarifying the Empress, you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Tower. And I wonder, for some of you, I really feel like the work you're doing here is really focused on your abundance and kind of getting your Ten of Pentacles, having the lifestyle that you want eventually. Because the Ten of Pentacles, this is hard work. It does not happen overnight. It's one day at a time, one step at a time. It's a lot of work, okay? But I think you're focused on the long goals, like what you want in your life. And I think you're really great at doing that. I think you're really on task with doing that. But I think with the Tower, I think you guys, I really feel like with the Tower, I kind of feel like, okay, so this is, I feel like there was a Tower moment with this that caused you to have your Ace of Cups like in reverse, like your heart maybe kind of more blocked off. And now with the Strength card, you're really working on yourself and not really wanting to take on, because I really feel like this is like, you don't want to really take on more emotional crap right now. Like, you are in this work zone, you're really focused on getting to the bag, getting to the big house, or getting to whatever you want. You know, you're collaborating with others, you're trying to figure yourself out. Because I even would see the King of Swords in reverse as even somebody now willing to learn even more. Like, he's already has a mastery level of something, but now he sees, to me, this is how I see this guy in this situation, that maybe he's willing to learn from other people, especially because the Three of Pentacles is here. Because we never know everything. We never know everything. You could be absolutely master at something and somebody's going to come up with something in a different kind of way to do that, and now you can learn again. So I feel like you might be in this, like, this really receptive mode of really kind of honing skills and kind of really broadening your mental scope and horizons and really kind of thinking within and everything. So now, but this Tower moment, I really feel like, because of whatever happened here that kind of closed your heart off, where you're not really focused on love or this kind of emotional stuff at the moment, it's really spurred you to focus on your work. So you're pouring your energy into this kind of, this work zone. And for some of you, the Tower could also even represent, like, whatever has happened here might have shifted what you want in the future, you know? So maybe some of you wanted certain things that were really emotionally driven or kind of like hit you in the feels, but whatever has happened, maybe you've reshifted your goals or decided to go on a different task or a different path. And I really feel like the Tower is here kind of because of this. So I don't think the Tower here is to be disruptive, but I you know what it is? I really feel like the Tower is really because of whatever has happened at the basis of this reading. You're really focused on getting it done. You know, you're focused on kind of having this, like, this happiness, you know, and maybe through what you're learning with this King of Swords in reverse and what you're kind of being receptive to, and just this Wheel of Fortune. I really wonder if even with this Wheel of Fortune currently is going to have you in the near future have some type of, I don't want to say Tower moment, because Tower moments, they change. I don't want to say they change your trajectory, but, you know, it comes in, something wasn't quite working, and now you're shifting gears. So sometimes they could be subtle. Oh, that's the dog. He's whining. So sometimes that could be subtle. So I kind of feel like you're almost, if you had some bad luck in the past, I think things are kind of changing for you. And I feel like that would even be a Tower moment in a way, because now you're finally getting things working well, if that makes any sense. So I think this is really positive. This is really a positive reading. Now, what your challenge is regarding this is the King of Cups reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. Now, your challenge is not to be moody, okay? I think the King of Cups, he's very balanced with his emotions, but you might be a little bit unbalanced and unsure of yourself. And I think, like, and with the self-doubting and everything, you could be, like, in the feels a little bit too much. But the Page of Wands reversed, this guy, he's not really, I mean, the Page of Wands, he's always a little bit all over the place. Like, he's my little ADD kind of guy to me. Like, he's always, but he's trying stuff all the time. He's, like, trying things. He's seeing how it works, but he could get distracted. But in the reverse, it's almost like you're not even trying anything. So I think that you need to watch, because if this is your challenge, you need to make sure that you're still playing around with stuff, because I feel like this is the basis of your reading with this closed heart energy and this kind of just not really having the strength to move on with something. And I think because what's recommended, you have an Ace of Cups, so I think in upright. So I think if there's something that may be coming in that you almost were, like, closed off to, you need to be open to it. So I think your challenge is to kind of fix this Ace of Cups basis of this situation, because some of you, I think, whatever hurt you, you just really started focusing on kind of more work or practical aspects of your life, whatever that represents for you. But I think it's always an underlining issue, because this is the underlining problem. This is the underlining issue over here. So I think you need to kind of, I think your work life or your practical the practical aspects, this could be school, this could be whatever it is for you, is going very well. But I think I think in order to get the full Empress energy and the full Ten of Pentacles, you need to kind of shake some of your, I don't want to say your BS, but your emotional stuff up a little bit to be able to kind of really have the full fulfillment of everything, you know? So I think your challenge is to kind of really face certain aspects of yourself, you know, and be willing to, even with the Page of Wands, you might not be willing to get out there in love or get out there with your emotions, because he's an active page. In reverse, he's not doing anything. And because this is clarifying the King of Cups, you might be in your emotions. You might want to look for love or find something, or, you know, pursue some kind of interest that, you know, really tugs at your heart or you're really excited about, but you're not doing it, you know? So I think that is your challenge, to kind of still do whatever healing you need to do to maybe eventually be able to kind of turn this guy right side up in a way. Now, but what's recommended for you is the Two of Pentacles reversed, okay? And then that's clarified by the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Now, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, I would say as a recommendation, is don't bite off more than you can chew. Like, I feel like with this energy right now, it's very work focused or very kind of practical application type of focused here. And I think this is saying that there isn't quite a balance, because you have all this work energy or this practical kind of energy here, but on the sides over here you have this emotional stuff kind of going on. So I think your emotional life or your emotional self is not in balance with your work self, and I think you might be kind of throwing yourself into more kind of work aspects or more kind of a structure because you are still healing, or you don't want to deal with certain parts of healing or whatever it is. But I think in the reverse, this is saying don't take on too much, but if you also need to be aware that you are not balancing things quite effectively, just be aware of that. And clarifying that is with the Ace of Cups here, I think it's saying that you really need to spend some time on working on your little emotions. You know, we all have our little emotions, you know. Spend some time working on some of this like emotional stuff, you know, kind of healing yourself, you know, re-energizing your emotional aspects, your heart, whatever it means to you. Because I definitely think there's probably some good stuff coming in for you, but you don't want to be blocked off or so focused on everything else that you're not willing to receive it. And the Queen of Wands is also, I love her. She just doesn't give a damn. She doesn't care, okay? There's no ducks given, okay? Not today, not tomorrow. Like, she does not give a damn. So she's gonna do what she wants. That's why I love this woman. She's like, okay, I do what I want. That's the ultimate thing with her. So I think this is saying that don't take on too much. You know, you got to focus on some of this emotional work a little bit, but also you got to be happy. You know, don't worry about, because the Ace of Cups could even be like somebody in the reverse here. Somebody could have said something nasty to you. It could have been like a family, friend. Somebody could have said something nasty to you, and it really, really hit really hard, you know? And then she would be saying like, you work on you, you do you, you don't worry about all that other crap. You know what I'm saying? Because she's very confident. And I think this is saying that you need to get your confidence as far as like certain emotional aspects with you. You need to get that confidence back. Because I think you have a hell of a lot to offer. So you just need to kind of, you know, get the full package back together again, you know? Okay, let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay, first up we have Wombat Spirit 68, be at home. Now, this guy doesn't have to tell me this twice. I don't want to even leave to begin with, so I totally feel the energy of this one. My dream job is just to like work from home. I would love that. I love being at home, but that's just me. Anyway, but I think that I wonder if for some of you, you've been really throwing yourself into kind of work or certain activities, whatever this may be, because you're trying to avoid maybe sometimes, when you're at home, you have time to think a little bit more or focus on certain things that are tied to maybe like more of like this emotional stuff. And I think it's kind of going to be good for you. So I think even with the Two of Pentacles in reverse here, this could be saying don't take on too much at this time. You don't want to burn yourself out. So, and maybe with the Queen of Wands being recommended, maybe by being at home, this could even mean that if you're like so fixated on work right now, if you take a little time and if you want to do something else that's for you or kind of more fun, I think that's what that's saying. Kind of be at home, kind of do things a little bit that you might want to do, that you might not have had time to do. Because I definitely think there's a little bit of this like needing to kind of heal your heart a little bit here. So, and then you have Jade, be the bigger person. And you also have Axe, break up, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. And you also have heart-to-heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So I definitely think there was some emotional heartbreak, emotional drama going on. And I think that with the Strength here in reverse, you might not have been ready at that moment to really deal with it. You might be trying to focus on yourself and kind of your own healing and protecting yourself a little bit, but this has kind of caused you to be like shut down in a smidge. And I think it's recommending you kind of, I don't want to say face it head on, but start the process of either mending the friendship or relationship. And sometimes this is you have to mend it with yourself. And if it's somebody super toxic, or see, I wonder if some of you could be feeling a certain kind of way, and I think it might not be, and that could be what's this King of Cups in reverse is going on. Like you could be upset about maybe your actions or the actions of somebody else, but it could be almost like getting into like a negative, repetitive thought process for you, and it's not very healthy. So I think that's with the King of Cups here reversed. If it represents moodiness and kind of feeling like you're almost like stuck in that department, you might have to kind of stop that and reassess certain things. And honestly, sometimes if you even talk to somebody, and this could even be like talking to the person, or it could even be talking to somebody else about the situation. Sometimes when we talk to I hate to say, sometimes you talk to somebody that doesn't know anything about the situation, you can kind of get it out the way you want to, and it actually is very healing. And they don't know the person, they don't know anything about the situation, so they're just there to listen. They're the sounding board, and you could say whatever you want, and that's it. And then it's not really going to be like this, going back to somebody. So there might be something that you need to either even discuss with yourself a little bit. Because I feel like this King of Swords in reverse, he would be a little self-reflective as well. He'd be considering his own actions and all of that as well. So there might be some type of thing that you need to think through a little bit more. Now you have Crown Chakra meditation. To see more clearly, close your eyes. And I feel like this is just saying, even with the Wombat Spirit here, be at home, you might have to just, I think you're very focused right now, and I think this is extremely positive energy, but I think that you need to also focus a little bit on certain aspects that you might not be focusing on or balancing out, which is like kind of that emotional situation going on, So maybe having a little bit of time for meditation or a little you time could help with that, at least start the healing a little bit. Society, say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities and new love interests for singles will be the result. Now, some of you might be feeling very closed off to love right now, but I definitely think I don't want to say you need to kind of get ready for it, but I think that there might be something coming in, but in order for you to receive and accept it, You have to kind of put in a little work as far as maybe closing out old patterns or regaining your strength regarding some of this this cup's energy over here. Now, we have light. Without the dark, we'd never see the stars. And I think that you've gone through some of the dark, but I think that it'll help you see what's really good in the future. And if somebody is coming, or a friendship, whatever it is, or opportunity, this could even be a business, some kind of failure that you experienced that, you know, really hit you home. It hit you in the feels, and you might be feeling like you don't have the oomph to do it again. But I think sometimes when we go through these dark phases, it helps strengthen us, and it helps make us smarter for the next phase, you know, so we're ready when another opportunity comes, and maybe the next opportunity is going to be much better than the last. Now you have life is a climb, but the view is great, and that no truer words have ever been said. It's definitely a climb, and I think you got to put that work in, you know? I know you guys know. So I'm just trying to think, because I feel like with the tower, I feel like whatever this was, it kind of, I don't want to say it was unexpected, but I think it kind of brought you down to a certain, but because of that, I think you're really on a path or a trajectory to really get what you want, but you need to be able to move forward with confidence and kind of be, I don't want to say be whole again, because I'm not saying that you're not whole, but I feel like there's like a part of you that's a little hurt, you know, maybe a little broken, a little damaged, and you kind of you got to repair it a smidge, you know. Maybe it won't ever be fully healed, but I think you need to be willing to try to open it up again. And you have, and you're cute as hell. Let me read that again, because that's adorable. So we got to read this perfectly. And you're cute as hell. 0 fucks given. So this is adorable. And now this Queen of Wands, she doesn't care. She is my 0 ducks given kind of gal. She doesn't give a damn. So I think that, like with this fox, he doesn't give a damn either. So I'm not saying don't give a damn about whatever hurts you in the past, but I'm saying maybe moving forward, just, I don't want to be like, just do it or whatever, but just one day at a time, and just be confident in who you are, because I think you have so much going on. I think so much positive stuff's going on, and I think you're kind of getting some luck with stuff. So you want to ride this wave, but sometimes this wave kind of brings other things, and you want to be ready for those things when they come knocking on your door, Aries. We got to be ready for that stuff. And for Bob Ross, we have anything that you try, you don't succeed. If you learn from it, it's not a failure. And I think this is wonderful, because I think whatever this Ace of Cups reverse, and with the strength, you know, this feeling depleted or whatever this was, unfortunately, it left you hurt. But I think it's actually made you stronger. I think it's kind of pushed you into more of these working on certain other aspects of your life. But I definitely think that it's not a failure. You can try and try again. And I think you kind of just need to regain a little bit of balance with that aspect, with this all this emotional stuff going on here. So for your little affirmation card, you have, today I am brilliant. Today, every idea I have is creative, thoughtful, and full of potential. And I think that's super positive, and you gotta tell yourself that every day, Aries, multiple times a day. Now, for your stress relief and self-care card, you have mental vacation, objective. Separate your work life from your personal life. As your workday comes to an end, your body and mind have accumulated a lot of stress. You may feel exhausted and mentally drained. It is very common to carry that agitation home with you if you don't create a peaceful transition between your work and your personal life. Create a mindful transition from your work day to your home life using a mental vacation visualization practices. By visualizing your perfect relaxation spot, you can put yourself in a calm, restful, and happy state of mind that allows you to move on peacefully to your next responsibility. So here we have another card about work-life balance here. Work emotional balance, or whatever this is, productivity and emotionality, right? So I definitely think there needs to be a little bit of a balance here, and this is a great task to do to try to accomplish that. Now for your little food, or the spirit of the dish, or the spirit of the dishes in this case, that will be with you during this time, you have the Sweet Holy One and the Mess. So we have the donut and the popsicle stick. And I think these are here saying that have a little fun, you got to just have a little fun. Okay. Now, for the dinner and a movie that is recommended for you during this time, you have comedy films and Chinese food. The energies that you either need to tap into or be aware of, you have Leo, and they are very about ego, and they're very prideful, they're very confident, and they have a lot of like individuality. And then you also have Cancer here, which is about emotions and habits and everything. So I think that it's interesting because I think you have this kind of like, whatever's happening with kind of this practical aspect, I feel like it's, I don't want to say it has that Leo energy where you're kind of proud of it, you're a team player, but you're doing your part, you're contributing in your way, and it's very, very positive. Like, this is so positive. But then on the outskirts here, we have some of this emotional stuff going on, which is kind of like that Cancer energy. It's about habits and, recognizing certain habits you have, and about like, and even reviewing your emotions. So you definitely have this duality going on here. And we can see that with the Two of Pentacles, where something may not be as balanced as it could be. And I definitely think it's those two realms here. Now, here we have the North Node, which is about what's destined for you and your destiny. And we also have here Uranus, and this is about being independent and kind of eccentricity. So we have the 4th house, which represents home, intuition, parenting, and children. And you have the 7th house, which is about partnerships, marriage, friendships, and legal proceedings. And we have number 3, which is an odd number. So that means the special guest that'll be answering your questions today, my beautiful Aries, will be the Magic 8 Ball. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. We have A, U, D, S, F, G, and we have 2, 4, 9, 6. Oh, and you have the sunglasses. And I think this is saying that your future is so bright you're going to have to wear shades. But I think this is kind of saying that, like, what am I thinking? How do I want to say this? I think you guys are really, really focused right now on certain things, but I think these other things that you might not be fully as focused, or you might be putting off, you're almost kind of putting sunglasses to kind of tint that aspect of yourself, or that to try to dim certain things down. So I think you're kind of focusing on certain areas of your life where you have it really productive, you're kind of, really going really strong, so you're focusing on that, but you're trying to maybe not focus on other areas. And I think this is saying that you need to start maybe, put the sunglasses on, start focusing a little bit on certain areas, let's say with this emotional, whatever, this heartbreak or whatever was going on for you. But you could do it a little bit at a time. Like, you don't have to tackle it like full on, head on, but I think it's saying that you don't want to ignore certain things so much. Like, you kind of want to be able to start working on that a little bit. But I also think that this is saying that sunny days are ahead regarding that. Like, You know what I'm saying? Because the sunglasses is because it's so bright and everything. So something I think in the future might be kind of shining some light, and you'll be able to have the clarity with it a little bit. Okay, now let's see. And we have kindness. And I think this is just you giving yourself kindness, giving kindness to other people. And if you did have a falling out, maybe approach it with a little bit compassion and kindness. Okay, now, and even accept kindness from others as well. Now, Magic 8 Ball time. Here he is. Think of those questions and we shall ask. Oh, mystical magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world. What is the answer to Aries' question? It says, you may rely on it. There you guys go. The 8 Ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.